Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong life for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Well, hello. Good morning, team. Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats. Good to see a few of the early birds up and at it. It's a bit chilly, I must say. I'm back in the Gold Coast, but I was down in Melbourne for a couple of days, and yeah, she was pretty fresh down there. Hopefully, wherever you are, you're staying warm and well. Morning, Kevin, or evening, all the way from Florida. Great to see you, mate. Justin's in the house as well. Luke's here. Great to have a few of the regulars on. That's always awesome to have you here, team. Rosie's in the house as well. Morning, Rosie. Brad's there too. Fantastic to see you, folks. If you're not a regular, and if you don't know my name, Jason Witten is my name. There you go. Anyway, need more coffee. Welcome along to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, where we hang out in the mornings, have a conversation about the idea of property investing and going the distance, making sure we stay on track for this idea. If you're into property investing, that is. If you've stumbled by and you go, what is this Wealth Coffee Chat thing? Are we talking about coffee? No, we're having a drink of coffee and we're talking about property investing and the idea of creating wealth, using that as a vehicle for our future financial aspirations. Some of us might be investing in property, and that's the only thing. Some of us might be using it as a diversified strategy, whatever it is. We hang out in the mornings, have a conversation, bit of a chat, because property is a slow-moving vehicle when it comes to wealth, folks. If you come along to get rich quick, or you're thinking that residential real estate is your way to quick riches, I haven't seen it. So, however, I've seen many an investor who buy a good property, keep that property for a good time, decent time frame, 10, 15 years, and come out with a pretty good result. So that's what we do here. And if you're new, be awesome to hear from you in the chat. Say a quick hello. Morning, James. Morning, Bunty. Now, that's interesting these days, actually. The good old Facebook world does not automatically get things going. So give me 2 seconds so I can share this into the mentoring group, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the live stream doesn't pop up automatically these days to our Facebook groups. So got to go and share them. Today, I thought we might talk about something interesting about breaking records. Folks, put it in the chat. What records have we broken recently? And I don't know about you, but I don't think we any of us want to be breaking this record. The Olympics is on, which is fantastic. Well done. Australia's over there getting some gold, making some moves. However, back on terra firma. I don't know, that's a space reference, isn't it? Back in Australia, we're breaking records, and not a record that we want to break. Does anyone know what I might be referring to? Comes to the world of property and the Australian landscape right now. Anyone maybe put it in the chat if you do know. But if you don't, that's all right, because that's what Wealth Coffee Chats is all about. I'm here to give you a bit of insight, bit of heads up on what is going on. And very sadly, very unfortunately, consumption collapses. Record year, folks. I've been talking about this for years, 3 years, maybe even more. You guys any of you have been here for on the Wealth Coffee Chats, listening in for a while. You've seen and heard me talk about this. You know, we've had a pretty rough trot of it when it comes to the world of housing and construction, and the world of construction is not having a great time over the last 3 years when it comes to the world of staying solvent. Now, it's, we've had a pretty interesting high in total overall insolvency or business failures right now, folks. Very sadly for the business economy, or the small business, small and medium and large business. We've had some challenges. We've had some problems. The highest number of annual insolvencies recorded since 1999, 2000. That's sad for a lot of people. It's sad for a lot of businesses. That is the ebbs and flows of some of these things. If you're in business, you might understand that running a business, starting a business, creating a business is quite challenging, and not as many businesses make it to a stable financial position as you might think. But sadly, unfortunately, the construction industry is getting quite a lashing over the last 3 years. What does that mean for us, folks? Put that in the chat. What does that mean for you and me as property investors? And there's some knock-on effect to the rest of the market. What does that mean for us when it comes to the future of property in Australia? Now, the government, they've been ignoring this. Like, when has anybody heard a politician come out and say, we've got a real problem on our hands, the construction industry needs some help? As far as I'm concerned, the government created a significant amount of this financial issue when they did, stimulation of the economy during COVID, giving money away like drunken sailors to stimulate the construction industry. They stimulated more property sales, more brand new housing sales than ever in history. We've never built that many houses, and in the middle of a supply chain issue, and the market absolutely dropped the ball. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, they were part of the problem here, but they're not trying to solve anything. What does that do for us into the future, team? What is that going to affect for you and me? Well, it's going to do some things. And if you are in the driver's seat, if you're a property investor, well, I think you're going to be on maybe the better side of what's going on here, depending on what happens, right? The construction industry has got quite a skill shortage. Now, the government's up, bringing in homes, or 2 million homes in the next 5 years. I can tell you right now, is that yeah. Let me know if I'm back or we're still online. It said that my live stream dropped out. The old joys of the internet, hey? The old joys of the internet. There you go. Talk about infrastructure in the country. Let me know in the chat if I'm coming through, folks, and which bit you missed. Back. All right. All good now, Rosie. I don't know where I got up to or where we got up to, but where I was talking about, this challenge or problem we've got, folks, and I've been talking about it for a while in the world of construction, that, the government wants to build 1 million homes. And, what's the challenge? What's the problem with that? Well, like I was saying a minute ago, if you didn't already see, the government wants to build 1 million houses or 1 million dwellings in the next 5 years or 1.2 or something like that. Well, they're ignoring the absolute massive elephant in the room that we've had record construction collapses. Record, folks. The worst ever, right? 2,000, close to 3,000 construction companies in a 12-month period gone into liquidation. And, they're saying, all right, no, we'll be right. We'll be right. We'll fix it all. Let's just say something totally out of reality and say we're going to build 1 million homes in the next 5 years. So, for me, for you, what does that mean, folks? We've got a massive shortage of construction. Now we've got some competition going around. There's plenty of government jobs going on when it comes to construction and infrastructure. We've got the mining industry kicking off in Western Australia. And then you've got the Olympics coming up in Brisbane. It's all happening this morning. Internet, got the sneezes. There you go. But, it's pretty obvious for anyone who's actually paying any attention to what's really going on that we're not going to build 1 million homes, right? It's not going to happen, folks. It's not going to happen. What does that mean for you and me? What does that mean for you and me when it comes to the world of our portfolios and values in the future? So, this sort of trend, team, is what all of the data is showing, that it's down, and not in a good way, right? Now, for you and I, that's going to have some effect when it comes to the future supply and the future pressure on the market. What happens when the supply chain goes down and the population goes up? And then, what's coming real soon? Now, yesterday, there was a lot of talk and malarkey about, inflation, being too high, and, the RBA is going to put the interest rates up instead of down and all that sort of stuff, which was just a media beat up, bunch of rubbish. Again, even if it does go up, which it's not going, by the way, but even if it did go up, it would be coming back down at some point in the next year or so. And under this massive pressure where there's low supply, the population is growing significantly with immigration, pressure on rents, our property prices are going to, be pushed along, folks. We'll be pushed along. The housing starts are down. If you have a look here, we're heading down to probably the worst number of housing starts for well over a decade. And, what does that mean? A decade ago, what was our population? Well, our population was, a couple of million people less, folks. So, that's going to have a real effect. Now, and then, if you talk to a few of the builders, what's going on? Is there more interest in buying houses, building houses? And the answer is yes. Some more things are coming. People are wanting more, people are more interested again in building. So, for you and I, what does this all mean, right? We've got record insolvencies in construction. We've got population strength, and that's increasing, the low vacancy rates. And we've all had this conversation probably 10 ways to Sunday, let's face it. But it just goes to show each of the things that are pointing in a direction that we all know what's going to happen as soon as those interest rates adjust in a downward direction. Yesterday's inflation results were lower than expected, which was great. That means the RBA's got a little bit less pressure on putting the interest rates up. And there you go. We might have some sort of relief when it comes to the cost of our money sooner than we think, which might be. Anyway, there you go. Something's gone on. There we are. Anyway, folks, we're breaking records, but not the ones we want. That was the takeaway from today. Construction in all sorts. And what does that mean to us? Well, it means that the future supply chain is going to be under a lot of pressure. And by and large, that pressure usually means rents go up and values go up. So there you go. All right, that's it from me today, folks. Just a quick one. Technology wasn't on our side today, or the internet wasn't on our side, but we got there. We got there in the end, didn't we? Roman says, what's the inflation rate at the moment? Well, according to the latest stats, which came out yesterday, I believe, Roman, if you have a look at, let me see if I can get this back up for you. There we go. Now, they come up with some fancy, interesting names, don't they? Trimmed, mean, etc. And really, at the end of the day, you know, what's the goal for the what's the goal? The RBA wants to see inflation go down. It breaks it out into services and goods. Now, listen, Andy Fenton is much more affluent in the conversation around inflation. But really, at the end of the day, team, you know, what does it mean to us? Well, inflation going down, the RBA wants it to sort of go down to between 2 and 3% on average, headline trimmed, whatever that means. So then it's heading in that direction, which is good news for everyone, really, at the end of the day. It gives the RBA the ability to take the foot off the pedal when it comes to the cost of our money and the cost of the underlying interest rates. And so that could, unlock a little bit of relief for the average Aussie and also borrowing power. There you go. Anyway, happy days. No problem, Roman. All right, folks. That's it from me today. Hopefully you have a good rest of your Thursday. Join us tomorrow for another Wealth Coffee chat. The team will be online. It'll be a Finance Friday. So if you're up for some finance conversations, make sure you pop along and catch up with the team. They'll be talking all things finance tomorrow. And I'll be back on Monday for Wealth Coffee chats. If you're a business owner, tomorrow I'll be doing a presentation. You can find it. Email your coach. Called the Freedom Machine. A few of you guys have been there before, but myself and Andy are doing a presentation for business owners tomorrow in the afternoon. So if you want to know more about that, give us a shout out. Maybe tag us in the Facebook group and we can send you some details on it. Anyway, there you go, folks. That's it from me. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys on Monday for another Wealth Coffee Chat. Bye-bye. Episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.